Hi, welcome to Spouse Affairs. How am I? In fact, today I went out and I forgot my nose mask, and they didn't. Of course, when I got to the door of the mall, I wasn't even allowed in. When I got there, I said, "Oh my God!" I had to run back to the car to go get my nose mask, and I was just like, you know what? When would all this end? I am tired of this life. This is not the life I want to live. This is not the life I want my kids to live. So I just pray that all this just goes away. We just wake up and this whole saga is done with. But thank you so much for tuning in again. Welcome back to Spouse Affairs. Thank you for being there. Thank you for supporting. Thank you for sharing, for liking. So many of you leave comments. Some of you even send me messages. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. So this is Spouse Affairs again. Please like, subscribe to my channel. Feel free to send a question to spouseaffairs@gmail.com. So just feel free. So let's delve in. I've been dealing with questions since last week. I've not been able to cover them. Well, this question, and I'm bringing the ones that have to do with a lot of people. This one, I had about 6 of it out of the 43. 6 had to deal with this. It had to do with, should I marry someone that's AS? I'm AS. This guy's AS. Should we get married? Should we drop the relationship? This guy is SS. Everything has to do with ASSS. So should I marry somebody with this, or shouldn't I marry somebody with it, since I have it too? And then we can give birth to sickle cell children. When a child has sickle cell, it's not a funny thing for the parents. So should I go ahead? Those days I'll tell you that no. Once you notice, in fact, once you're dating and then you find that you don't even get to date, once you start the conversation and you notice that this person likes you, ask, what's your genotype? Are you AS? Are you SS? So they tell you, that once there's an S there, since you are AS or SS, you shouldn't even be going that direction. So you just cut off the relationship. That's what I used to tell people those days. I used to tell people that, you don't want to bring children out. What's the probability? Probability is high. So it is high risk. So I always tell them, don't even bother. Some of them will tell me that they believe God. And it's not like I don't believe God that changes, this SS to AS, AS to AA. It's not like I don't believe it. But I would always, then I would say that, why don't you trust this God to do that for you before you get married? So that with all this, your faith, use it before you get married. But anyway, this is 2020, and of course I'm evolving, and then technology is evolving. So should I get married to somebody that is AS, since I have the S in me, he has the S, or she has the S, or I'm SS, or whatever? Should I get married to somebody like that? My answer is, both of you should sit down and have a discussion. Have a serious discussion, because you don't want to give birth to children that have this sickle cell. You know why? A lot of them go through pain. The kind of pain these children go through, you don't want to see that. So don't just think of yourself. Forget about yourself. Think of the children that are going to come forth out of it. If you don't take care of, do these things I'm telling you now. So I had to ask the doctors, because this is way out of I wanted to have a doctor on set, but somehow we couldn't meet up with the arrangement. There was just some technical issues, so we couldn't do it. So I decided I'll just do it. I told her to forward her notes to me, which she did. So I'll talk about it, but I'm still hoping that she will be we will have this forum together, so that you can be hearing it directly from her mouth. So she said that, the technology these days has improved. It has advanced so much. There's so much in technology. It's like people telling me that they're trying to get the foot of the woman, they can't. And I'm like, there's so many options. There's so many options. Check technologically speaking. Technology has advanced, and there's still the God inside this technology. So don't think that because of technology now you have removed God out of it. No, God is the one that gave them the ability to think about these things. Because once it comes to technology, people say, no, I don't want this. As if technology removes God. It's like a woman that I remember, a lady when she gave birth and she did it through a C-section. I had all my children to C-section, so I didn't even see what was wrong with C-section. But she too had her own to C-section, and then on getting to, she when I got to the hospital, of course, it wasn't a biggie for me. I was like, oh, thank God, your baby is alive, you're alive. That was it. The next day I got a call that I should not tell anybody that it was a C-section, and I'm like, what does that mean? What does that even mean? It's not even like that's going to be a discussion, but I was like, what does that mean? Is there something wrong with the C-section? I had all my babies through C-section. God is people even do electives right now for C-section. So what the heck is going on here? Well, I didn't say anything. And then I watched when they came to give a testimony concerning the child, and they didn't even talk about it. The way they gave the testimony was that the baby came out vaginally, and I was like, what? Really? Is there something I'm missing? Children that are born vaginally, is there something they give to them, or is their IQ better than what am I missing here? Is there something wrong? Does it take out God? Does it mean that God was not involved in your delivery? So it just got me thinking. So if that is the same mindset when it comes to this AS, so just remove that mindset from here. So the first thing she said, when it comes to that, if you don't want to have the SS children and you're dating someone, you're sure that this is the guy you want to marry, she said that one of the options is abortion. Abortion, as harsh as this sounds, for a Christian, you most likely not want to take that option, because the Bible will tell you, thou shalt not kill. You bring forth that scripture. But I'm telling you what medicine has done right now. So there's the option of abortion. This option says that you should check the genotype. They're able to check the genotype 9 weeks into the pregnancy. So they check that genotype 9 weeks into the pregnancy. And they will check the fetal tissue if they have the presence of that SS genes. So if you check it and it has the SS gene, they tell you have the option of aborting it. This is at 9 weeks. So can you do this? Do you want to do this? This for Christians, you may not want to do this, but for somebody that is, there are some places that abortion is accepted, so you can do that. Then you can also use your spouse's sperm. You can also use your spouse's sperm or a donated sperm or whatever to inseminate and then have a child. So you can do that. You can have that option. So instead of taking in a sperm from an AS spouse, if you are AS, you can take a donated sperm from somebody that you don't know. Take in that sperm and then they put it in you through IVF and you get pregnant. Also, you can adopt. Why can't you adopt? You can adopt kids. You can adopt kids. You can decide that, okay, when we're getting married, we're not going to have our own in terms of from my womb. Adopted children are still your children. So don't think that because I adopted the child is not my child. No, there is paperwork. So these are your kids. So it's just this, okay, I didn't give birth to this one. No, don't mix it up. When you adopt a child, the child is your child. Okay? Whether you give birth to the child vaginally or not, by law, which is the law of the land, that child is adopted. We are adopted now. Even Jesus, even us. in the faith, we are adopted. We are adopted. So there's nothing wrong with adoption. There's absolutely nothing wrong with adoption. So you can adopt, or you can do embryo selection. Embryo selection. They said this one is very expensive. It is about human genetics engineering. It is the number one miracle that we have today. So those are the options that they've given. So it's everything just depends on both of you. Like some of the people that sent me a message, some of them are in Nigeria. This option is not there. This number one option, this what they call number 4 option, is not there. It's not in Nigeria. You can't get this in Nigeria. Then the abortion is not legal in Nigeria. If you're in Nigeria or most of the African nations, abortion is not legal in Nigeria, to the best of my knowledge. So in some places here in the US, abortion is legal. So you can do that. So they are just so those are the 4 things that she told me. The even number 4, everything just has to do. I think that you should just focus which country you live, what are the technologies that you have, So remember that when it comes to this SS thing, for you to have, for an SS for an SS to have for an AS couple, for you to have an SS child is 1/4. Just remember that. So if you're thinking about, okay, let me just damn it and just go ahead, there's a lot of issues in it. But listen, you find a good man, you love the man, and then you find out that the only problem is that he's AS, you are SS, or he's AS, you are AS. Should you leave that good man and go marry one other man that will give you hell? Or should you leave that good man and wait for the next? You still see a good guy. That's the truth. You still see a good guy. There are good guys everywhere. The mindset that there are no good guys everywhere, that thing is such a fallacy. There are good guys everywhere. There are good guys. That's why I said, don't allow before you want to say I do to this person, when you know you're in this AS thing, make sure that you ask first of all, what is your genotype? Let them, in fact, that is your yardstick. If you know you cannot do any of these options, that is your yardstick. If the person says, please don't go ahead and marry the person if you know you're not going to do any of these things. If you know that you just want to have children and you are hoping or you are trusting God that all the children will come out and none of them will have this thing, you say God told you so. Brother, sister, why not? I'm not saying you don't have faith. That's not what I'm saying. But the truth is that these things happen. Why do you want to bring out children, bring forth children that have these issues? Let's limit this thing, because there's no cure. That's the problem. These children suffer. These children go through a lot. So, in fact, I've heard so much about this and I've seen. So, my advice, I've laid out my advice. This is the medical side of it. This is my, because there's really nothing about this in the Bible. There's really nothing about this. Should I marry AS? Should I not marry AS? No, it's based on technology and what is it? I don't know why we have to deal with this SS and AS thing. I don't know. I just don't know why we have to deal with it. But that is the world we live in. That's the world we live in. So those are my advice. So I hope that I helped you. Thank you for listening. Thank you for tuning in. Please like, share, subscribe. God bless you.